The LIV Golf Individual Championship is underway in Indianapolis, and Sebastian Munoz leads with a 59, 12 under after a double bogey day. Unbelievable performance from him. Niemann needs to go low in order to clinch his first season victory, and he's giving his best effort. But with an opponent like Jon Rahm, he can't let his guard down as Rahm and Niemann fight for glory. Welcome to the Club 54 post-round show. I'm your host, Christian Crosby. We're here to talk about an incredible round one. Let's take a look at the individual standings following round one with Sebastian Munoz. You couldn't take your eye off of this guy. Finished his day with 14 birdies. Unbelievable. A 12 under lead ahead of Dustin Johnson and the rest. Joaquin Niemann having an incredible day as well, and we're here to talk about it. Joining us is three-time PGA Tour winner, 4 Aces champion, Mr. Swagger himself, Pat Perez, and also one of my best friends, Sue-Ann Hang, one of our LIV Golf analysts.
My best
Had to make sure I threw that in there for you, Sue-Ann, from our last show. You weren't happy about that Jerry intro.
I appreciate it, but I think that's kind of fake, isn't it?
All right, let's get into it. Let's get past that comment. Round one was fun, wasn't it? A whole lot of competition. We know we have our title fight between individual champion of 2024, Jon Rahm, taking on Joaquin Niemann, who's won 5 titles this season, and it's been fun to watch. Waco had a great day. We know there's some stats that support whenever he starts off hot in a round one, he tends to win. But how about Sebastian Munoz with his incredible day? You guys also followed some groups, so how are we feeling?
I mean, I'm going to start out with Sebastian Munoz. I mean, the fact that he was 1 over after 2 and then turn it around and shoots a 59, that is impressive. I would think in that space, you just zone out, you're in this blackout state, and you just play golf. Everything seems to be zoned in and focused. I've never shot a 59, not even close, but so I can't even imagine, but that is just some impressive golf. We know that this golf course was very gettable. I think we all predicted a 59, but certainly not a 59 with a double bogey.
No, exactly. You know, I heard it for 3 days. Someone's going to shoot 59. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. It's easy, I get it. But, you know, probably be a 61 today. And, you know, I'm not surprised at all by Sebastian Munoz shooting that because, you know, I had him winning. He should have won twice earlier in the season. He's played phenomenal. He's been like 6 or 7 on the list all year. We've never talked about him. He's just quietly been in the top 10 the whole season. No one really mentions him. So, you know, maybe that helps him, though. You know, maybe it helps him. But, you know, if Walker's going to win this weekend, he's going to have to beat him. And I'll tell you, when he gets run like this, he's going to be tough to catch.
Well, just to get the fans on the same page, let's take a look at the individual standings just to see where we are in the competition between these guys. Joaquin Niemann leading the way with 226 points over Jon Rahm, just almost at a 200-point level there. Bryson DeChambeau still in 3rd, and Sebastian Munoz jumping up 3 spots as of right now. If everything ended, this is where he would stand. That's 4th place for Sebastian Munoz. Pretty incredible stuff considering these guys and what they've done. All right, let's go down a little bit further on this list. Here's the open zone. We see that bubble. Anirban Lahiri securing the lock zone as of right now, but he's dropped a little bit. Charles Schwartzel putting in a good fight. Charles Howell III right there as well, dropping a little bit lower, and Terrell as well. Let's go down to the zone that we've been talking about a lot.
That's the zone I like.
The drop zone. Interesting here. Lee Westwood and Ian Poulter of the Majestics, both in dangerous territory. However, Lee still has a clear chance to get out of there. Mito Pereira, a guy we've talked about a lot, also struggling, still in the drop zone. The question is, can they escape relegation before this week is up? This is their last chance to fight. Now let's talk about this heavyweight title fight before we dive into all of that chat. Jon Rahm taking on Joaquin Niemann. There are some statistics here that show Joaquin Niemann on his first round, when he starts out hot, he typically wins the week. He had a pretty solid start today, but we did see some moments maybe where some nerves kicked in. If you're taking a look at our day today, this is pretty interesting to see coming out of round one. How are we feeling about this matchup so far?
Oh, look, I mean, Waco is, you know, it's his tournament to lose, really. Yes. I mean, he's obviously played some fantastic golf, 5 wins this year, and the fact that he can still be chased, it just shows how good John's been playing all year and how consistent he is with his performance. But yes, I mean, Waco is, I think Arlo said on the main broadcast, he's kind of a all or nothing type of guy, and that's kind of a summary of his season. And every time he starts well, I think he gets the confidence going, he gets his juices going, and he knows exactly what he needs to do this week.
Exactly. You're not kidding. It's it is Waco's tournament, not necessarily to lose because he's going to have to beat, some stiff competition ahead of him, but he's got to worry about Rahm, and that's it, and that's his thing. But he also, I know Waco wants to win. Winning 6 times in a season would just be unreal out here. 6 of 13 is almost half. Obviously, but John's going to have to really get it going tomorrow. I mean, he doesn't have enough time now to not, necessarily put it on the guy. He's got to go after every pin. I tell him to start hitting drivers on these par 4s, try to get as close as he can, but he just needs to score better. But it looks like Waco's in the driver's seat right now.
He mentioned in his post interview today, on a course like this, anything can happen. He doesn't feel comfortable. He's still going to try just as hard. He knows Jon Rahm can do the same here this week. So there were a couple of moments, however, that were a little nervy with Joaquin Niemann. We're actually going to take a couple of those moments right now on the 15, starting here with Waco.
Yeah, he was going really well till this point.
I heard this in my ear. I couldn't believe it.
That is quite unusual for Waco, that left miss, isn't it?
So a couple of them, I've seen a couple of them, but obviously the absolute wrong time to do it because water being there.
Of course, that led to a double bogey after missing that bogey putt. I mean, at one point, we were, the way he was going in the front 9, we all were like, uh-oh, here comes in, here we go, here's Waco. And maybe that's nerves, maybe that's just a bad swing. It's hard to tell in that state, but I mean, I can't see him not going low again tomorrow.
The thing about it is Waco knows that everybody, 25 guys can at least shoot 7 or 8 under out here.
Yeah.
So he knows that the scores are going to get lower. I said, he's going to be between 20 and 24 under. That might not even be enough now.
Right.
I mean, they thought it was crazy at 8 under a day. I'm like, I don't think it's that crazy now.
We all know this narrative with Waco about, it's all or nothing. He wins or he doesn't play his best, right? If you're Jon Rahm, knowing that and you see how he performs today, you kind of know what you're going to get this week. If you're John, do you become more aggressive tomorrow?
He has to. There's no other way around.
Yeah,
he has to. He knows where he's going to be. I think Waco's going to be no less than 18 under for the week, so that means that John's got to get to, basically 22.
Yeah.
So, and he's only 4. So he needs, essentially 9, 10, somewhere in that category. But again, that may not be enough to win.
It's definitely going to be a fight this week, and it's going to be fun to watch. Now, our Indianapolis title fight is far from over. Here's more on the opponents and how we got here.
The title will be between 2 men, Jon Rahm and Joaquin Niemann.
Probably one of the best, call it a shootout or whatever this week between the 2 of them.
Waco with 5 tournament wins this year, it's unbelievable.
He just responds to the pressure so effectively.
Waco, when he's on, he wins.
It's been feast or famine for him.
I would arguably say that John's consistency throughout the entire LIV golf era for him is possibly the most impressive stat in golf I've seen in a long time. He hasn't been outside the top 11 in every single one of his events.
It is still possible for Jon Rahm to defend his title without winning a tournament.
Unthinkable stat right there.
John has just been super consistent with like a straight graph, every week playing well. And you got Waco that jumps up and then average and then jumps up, so that's like zigzag.
It's going to be a great battle. Waco and John, they've got a lot on their shoulders.
It's great to see a golf course like this week where it's going to be, low scores, and these guys are going to have to go all out to try and win, and it'll be amazing to see Rahm give it a run.
And we are just getting started here at LIV Golf Indy. Here's a tweet. My knees are going to be shaking watching Munoz hit this putt. I can't imagine what he will be feeling. Well, I'm sure he was feeling good when he saw the results. Matter of fact, let's talk to him about it. Joining us on the Club 54 post-round show of Torque AGC, Sebastian Munoz. Welcome to the show. You just had a mighty fine day with a 12 under finish. That's 14 birdies. You had 13 in the last 14 holes of your day with a 59 9. Big smile on your face over there. Congrats on your day. Pretty good day for you today, huh?
Yeah, awesome day. You know, I couldn't even imagine that many birdies in that little holes. It was amazing feat, and really happy the way I did it.
I want to find out, at what point were you like, oh, this could happen, and did that distract you, or were you just constantly in the zone the whole time?
Yeah, I think whenever I birdied 15, you know, I still had to make 4 more birdies to get him, but I thought, you know, we have a chance. You know, it's all I wanted, and usually in the past when I shot low, I kind of finished strong, so I knew it was possible, so I had that belief that we could do it, and it was just hitting the shots.
You definitely finished strong, that's all right. Look at that.
That's for sure.
It is absolutely incredible. I've had similar, not as many, but it's hard. Once you're going, though, I know what he's talking about. It's incredible. But, I mean, so what's the plan for tomorrow now?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, just trying to rest a little bit today, and tomorrow, I don't know about anything about expectations. I'm feeling great the way I'm hitting the ball. I feel like me and Pep are doing a great job on, you know, dissecting the course and hitting our targets. We're just going to try to keep doing the same. You know, I can't promise anything, but we'll try our best.
But you know you got to keep going low.
Yeah,
that's the
of
thing.
course.
That's the great thing about a course like this is that, you know, you played incredible today. It's a phenomenal round, obviously, but you know that 12 under is not going to win this event.
Of course.
You know it's about almost double where you're going to be, so that's got to be helpful a little bit in the fact that, you know, you've got to keep going because guys are going to be chasing the next 2 days.
Yeah, you know, this type of course is a kind of like all gas type of course right now, and I feel like that's when I play my best golf, when I can just kind of let it loose and go chase those birdies.
Well, one thing's for sure, so far, so good. You had a great day. We're going to show how great of a day you had, and if you don't mind, take us through it, Sebastian. Here are your highlights following round 1. Yeah, this might take us some time. You're not wrong, Pat. Sebastian, talk to us.
9-iron, 150-yard shot, cut in towards the flag. Really nice. Gave myself maybe like a 3-footer.
And that was your first tres of many thresses on that scorecard.
Yeah. Then we go to number 6, and we have kind of like a chip-in shot where I thought it was going to miss right, but it managed to catch the hole at the end, so that was nice. And just kind of got me a little smiley. And 7, it was for eagle. Actually, it was a good putt. I almost made it. Ended up making 2 putts for birdie. We'll take it.
Ooh, man. Are you playing with Carlito?
Yeah. Nada hit a great 5-iron going right at it, and it kind of plugged. So it was a straight up the hill, like a 6-footer. We managed to make that one.
When did Carlos stop talking to you?
He stopped pretty quick. Yeah, you know, he was still kind of talkative back then. 9.
That's always the thing. You don't talk to a guy like in a perfect game and stuff like that, but it's a teammate. You guys spend a lot of time together. I mean, obviously, but there's a point where you know,
he was being super supportive all day, and he was kind of like walking my putts in, and it was nice. Here in 10, you know, hit a great shot, and Carlos gave me the line. He was just
what a teammate.
Yep. 11, the party hole, got myself a good look, and you know, just kind of felt the vibes and just made it.
Okay, so that's what now, 6 in a row?
Yeah, 12, got a good number with my 56. We could bounce it back there against the wall and kind of spun it back. That was like another 5-footer, maybe less.
I mean, did it just feel easy to you? Like, did it just come to you?
Some days it's like that, Swan. It's just weird when you get in those momentum. This almost made that eagle as well on
so
13.
That was for eagle?
Yeah, that was for eagle.
Smokes.
Yeah.
I want to look at potential
just
55 today type action. I mean,
without that double, who knows what would have happened. Probably I would have shot 500.
Sebastian, what did you eat this morning, bro?
This was on 15. Yeah, this was to kind of keep it going again, kind of tricky read. We managed to make that one. On 16, again, like 12-footer.
I don't see Carlos anywhere.
No. Yeah, he was there. Sergio and Carlos were really nice to play today with. You know, they gave me space. They kind of knew where I was going for, and they
obviously
they
the
just
sets
watched.
good friends of yours too. They're probably so excited. They're probably egging you on at that point.
Yeah, they're not trying to make any smart comments or anything. This was on 17. I short-sided myself on 2, and that was the best I could do from the bunker, and ended up making that putt, which was I mean, I felt like that was it, you know, like I couldn't miss any if I wanted to shoot 59, and I knew it, and I just kind of tried to still calm and collected, and this was on 18, and I just kept telling myself, you can make it. Why not? Why not? And I did it. And I was like, yeah.
I'm so glad you finally started making putts with that thing.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to throw that thing in the lake in Rio. So glad finally that thing started warming up a little bit.
Yeah, the last hole had 127, which was like a good 50-degree wedge for me, and it was right on line the whole time. And
it's an unbelievable shot.
Yeah, just, you know, I really was trying to make it from the fairway, just trying to give myself the shortest putt I could for the feet.
I mean, to do that in a time where you knew what was on the line, to hit that shot, it is incredible. I do want to ask you, you know, I know a lot of the spotlight's on Rahm versus Niemann, right? Yeah. As we watch your final highlight
there. What's the heart rate right about there? 200?
It was high. It was high. It was definitely over 100. Yeah.
But yeah, so circling back to kind of the spotlight being on Rahm and Niemann, you've been flying under the radar very quietly. You had a very, very good season so far, but haven't been able to kind of close it out so far this season. Obviously, you're in primo position here. What's going to be the key for you over this weekend, aside from obviously doing what you've been doing today, but mentally, what do you think it's going to take for you to cross that line?
It's going to take a little bit more of what I did today, you know, just kind of facing those shots and being, you know, trying to execute, trying to be cold about it, trying to dominate them, you know, and not trying to have it affect my mood or my breath work or anything. Just execute the next shot and onto the next one, and that's what worked really good today.
Sebastian, I would love to know about your dynamic just with your team, Torque. You guys are all so very close. Everybody knows it. We see all you guys running around together, doing everything together. You got a guy like Waco Niemann, right, who's your biggest supporter, but probably your biggest competition out on the course as well. How do you balance that?
It's great, you know. I really love being part of Team Torque, you know, having those guys means a lot because we're competitors. I feel like even today, you know, before we started, me and Carlos don't even say a word. We just look at each other in the eye, and it's like, I'm gonna beat you. like it's intense, and we thrive doing that. So I feel like it just helps me keep pushing towards becoming a better golfer, better version of myself, and someone that can execute here in the tournaments.
So we know where Munoz been most of the year. I see him trending well, but we always talk about it, but you can maybe ask us. I haven't really asked Waco about it, but are you guys kind of leaving him alone? I mean, obviously he knows where he's at, he knows what he needs to do. Obviously he knows he has all your guys' support, but are you guys kind of, are you still nudging, or you just kind of leave it alone?
Yeah, I felt like we nudged back in, you know, Korea, you know, like we kind of put a dip in there, you know, what we thought of what was going on and how we thought the situation had to be handled, and we just kind of let it be on him, you know. We can't just keep nagging him on and every week make it about this week, you know. No, just kind of pushing him. He knows exactly what he knows he has to do, and he has a lot of good things that going for him right now, and he can execute. So last week was huge, and we're hoping for another big week this week.
Sebastian, congratulations on your day, and thanks for joining us. Before you go, any last words you want to say to your fans watching?
Hey, we did it, you know. It was one of those goals that I always had in my life, breaking 60, and we did it. So
good luck for the rest of the week, my friend.
Keep the head.
Hope to see you back on the Club 54 post-round show. More to come as we continue to talk. You can join the conversation. #Live Broadcast. We might throw you up on the show. Why not? That was the most incredible scorecard I've ever seen. Sebastian Munoz, ladies and gentlemen. And there's the beautiful Chatham Hills 18th hole. It's been a battle between Jon Rahm and Joaquin Niemann. Waco having a pretty solid day. He's live currently right now as we speak in his presser. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, it was a good start. Obviously, it's a really gettable course. If you start hitting good tee shots, you're gonna be always in a good position with your lob wedge or sand wedge. So yeah, I mean, I started pretty good. I rolled the ball pretty good as well. My distance control, I think it was amazing. So yeah, I've been working a lot on that. So it's good to see that ball rolling good. And Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was only one bad swing during the day that really kind of slowed me down a little bit to kind of try and catch Sebastian. But yeah, I mean, I was watching Sebastian, and Don was following us, and he told me that he needed to birdie the last one for a 59. So it's pretty cool to see that. I mean, I can't wait to see him and see his round.
I mean, it couldn't be a better time for Torque AGC to catch flame like they just have. You know, for this team, how do you keep that flame? You know, you asked them, and it's really hard to answer, right? But from your perspective, you've been in a situation before where you're in a perfect situation, but then you have to keep that energy going, right?
You got to keep it going. On the PGA Tour, I was 20 under through 2 days, and we had 3 left, and I knew that 20 under wasn't going to win. It's like I was telling him, 12 under is not going to win. It's an incredible day, but he knows, like Swan said, this course is so gettable. It's going to be in the 20 to 24 under, so he knows it's actually a good thing when you're going out. No, you keep the hammer down, and you got to make more birdies.
It's going to be a big challenge between Waco and John, and only time will tell who wins the individual championship. And of course, it wouldn't be a Club 54 post-round show without tossing it over to our one and only Rachel Drummond live on the range. Fans are pouring in as we speak, still sticking with us after round 1 concludes. Rachel, we're tossing over to you now. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Pat? I can see him giving me the high five over there. We haven't got many people left. We've got the concert on the range. That was the original plan. And then Jake, we were like, let's go to the putting green. But we've got Andy Ogletree. Pat, you were with this group today. He had an amazing round, 4 under. Oh, he thinks I'm calling him. Andy, quick question. Amazing round. I know that you're battling injury.
Yeah.
How was it today in that group with the 3 battling relegation?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously everyone's trying to do what they have to do to get to next year. So not a lot of conversation. And to be expected, everyone's focused on what they're doing, and I actually enjoy that. So it was a really nice day.
And a course that yields a lot of birdies, you know, how do you address that mentally, knowing that you're going to have to make them out there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, going into the round, you're going to need to make 6, 7, 8 birdies to keep up with the field. So, you know, that goes into the decision making. I got a little aggressive sometimes trying to make a birdie, but you kind of have to play that way because bottom line is you have to make 6, 7, 8 birdies a day. So. You can't fake it around. You can't just hit it to the middle of the green all day. I did that kind of the first 10 or 11 holes today, and I was only 1 under. So you're not going to make a lot of birdies from the middle of the green. There's a lot of slopes, and making putts out here is tough. So you got to take on some challenging pin locations and pull off the shots.
Thank you, Andy. I'll let you get on. As you can see here, let's look at the tees. He's got a clockwork drill, so 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. Actually, my maths is probably wrong there. That looks like 3 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet. Doing the clockwork, lots of different breaks. It is a putting competition out there, so you need to be hot with the putter. He told me the atmosphere in that group, there wasn't a lot of communication today, which I'm sure Pat can...
I followed them for about 10 holes, and they were nuts. I mean, Poulter had his Ryder Cup face on today. He meant business. He didn't even talk to me.
I could see it through the camera.
Now, Rachel, you know, the putting drill that Andy Ogletree's got on right now, it's a great putting drill, I think, for people at home to learn how to handle pressure. I think this is the type of drill you need to do in his position, don't you think?
Oh, massively, Suen. Do you know what? I was thinking when Sebastian had that putt on the first hole, that final putt, I thought, do you know what? How many times has he done a drill exactly like this in a pressure situation? Let's have a look at Blandy here. So Blandy is trying to get in the lock zone, the top 24. He's currently 26th, I think it is. If we have a look what he's doing, he's got the line on the ball. He's got the gate drill here, so he's trying to putt the ball, get the start line right. Then if his pace is good, he'll hold that putt. Blandy, quick question, because I know you're concentrating. A course that demands birdies, I asked Andy this. How do you keep patient out there?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, everybody's going to go low, and if you kind of do make a bogey, it kind of feels like it's a double, and you don't, like say like last week, you make a bogey, it might drop you 2 or 3 spots. Here it probably drops you 15. So yeah, it's, you know, and especially if you are, it's not happening for you, it's easy to, you know, get frustrated and maybe get a little too aggressive and then compound errors. And yeah, you know, you feel it's one of those courses you should just go out and shoot 10 under every time you go out, and when you don't, it kind of makes you feel even worse. So it's yeah, it's tough mentally.
Turn that frown upside down, Blendy. We're trying to get the positive vibes here. Let's look at what we've got on this putting green, how people are training post-round. Can you see all the lines? I mean, some of these lines are going nowhere, so God knows what they're doing, but we've got the lines on the green, a lot of them for the putter head. Let's look over here. Suan pointed out last time we've got the aim point calibration, so you've got different parts of the green that you can test the slope. A lot of the guys using aim point out here. Let's go see Ben Campbell, he's just turned up.
Rachel, it's got to be a little upsetting. I mean, the concert's a great thing, but it's got to be a little upsetting. The guys can't go practice and they're, you know, fighting for their life out here.
I know. Do you know what? I went to the range and I went, oh dear, this is not good. I just went, oh no. Let's see what Ben's doing. He's gone back to the circle tee. He has had some bad luck with putters. Every time I speak to him, it's almost as if his face is caved in. Oh, let's have a look here quickly before we disturb Ben. This is the calibration zone. 3 slope, 2 slope, and then Ben's on a 0. Ben, what are you doing here? Talk us through it.
Just got a new little training aid actually, so I work a lot on sort of like gate drills and things like that, so just got this new thing here, and you can sort of do a gate for your putter and a gate for the ball, so yeah, just going to do a little bit of start line sort of practice after play today, so that's the plan.
Beautiful, Ben. It's called the putting thing for anyone that wants to know. Other versions probably available.
Rachel,
How you doing over there?
I have a question for you, Rachel. I asked this to Pat earlier already. For a guy like Sebastian Munoz, what would your advice be to him after having such an incredible day today? How does he keep that momentum going as he heads into the next day? How does he slow his world down a little bit?
I mean, you've got to go in and just cool down, like you say, find a quiet room. I think most of these players have a post-round cool down, like whether it's they write down the best 3 shots of the day, whether it's they do some visualizing, they'll do something that they do every time. So, what was that, Pat?
They go to the bar.
They might go to the bar.
That's what we do for sure.
You shoot 3 over there, you go to the bar.
Pat, I'm trying to give the professional answer. So they will have a consistent warm down. They might go smash a few pints. We don't know.
Shoot 3 every day. You shoot 3 every day, you're going to the bar. Tournament's over.
We'll see you after the show, right? All right, thank you so much, Rachel. We always appreciate you on the Club 54 post-round show. More to come here as we talk about round 1, heading into round 2. Let's talk a little bit about your days. Pat, who did you follow today? I believe you followed Ian Poulter and some of the guys.
I had a lot of action today.
You did a little switcheroo
I moved
today?
all around. My pack was not working as great as I wanted to, but nonetheless. But yeah, I started out with the relegation group, and you know, Poulter really came out strong. He bogeyed the 5th hole, and then he eagled 7, birdied 11, the party hole, and then he birdied 13 to get there, and birdied, I want to say, he must have made another birdie. I left him, but you know, he shot what, 4 under, 3 under?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's there. He's tied 24 right now. But you know, it's going to be a race. It's going to be actually it's going to be a cool race for this final. I know that Rahm and Niemann is the thing, but I like a lot. I like that bottom zone. That's where the real action is. You're going to see more stress. These guys the next 2 days. You know, I don't wish anybody to not get in the zone, obviously, but they're literally fighting for next year. Well, it's not even for next year. It's really to have an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
The open zone is open. Just because you are, you know, we should make it clear, just because you're 40 to 48 doesn't guarantee you're going to be in the league next year. But
gives you a living chance.
You at least have a chance. You're 49, you have absolutely no chance other than to go to promotions and try to get that one spot of about 150 guys. So,
but by the way, what is interesting too about that relegation zone is like today there was in and out, and it's between teammates. Henrik Stenson, Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter. I mean, what's that dynamic like on that team
right now?
Right.
I don't think those 3 captains are having dinner tonight.
Well, we're going to jump a little bit more into that in just a few. Stay with us here on the Club 54 post-round show. More to come, more on relegation, and more on the competition for the individual championship trophy. Stay with us. we're all about the access, baby. Let's listen now to the sounds of Ian Poulter's round as he fought his way out of the drop zone.
Do you need to know anything, mate? Yes, absolutely. 285 clears all three of them right. Left to right is your breeze.
Left to right breeze?
Yes, sir.
What do you fancy here, by the way?
Well, I'm on 8 iron, even with that puff of hurt. What I'm feeling.
I'm 8 iron, obviously left to the pin.
Yes.
You go straight at it.
Yeah.
68, straight on line.
Yes, sir.
So,
now keep talking to me. Are you looking at making the white cap there, just crossing off the...
Yeah, like 15, 20 feet left to the pin. Yeah?
Lovely, yeah.
Happy?
Yes, sir. These flags behind us on the bridge are doing absolutely nothing. But I believe it's whatever there is, it's off your right-hand side.
Be like here, mate.
Well, it's a tweener, isn't it? I mean, 6 iron, I believe, gets us very, very close to that front edge, which is all we need. Well, unfortunately, you're taking some off the 5 iron.
I was almost going the other way.
Okay, perfect then.
Man, I was going.
So we're thinking this is pitching at least 5 on.
I think 6 pitch comfortably.
Perfect.
5 on. I think this pitch is like 204.
Love it. Once it's in the air, we've got left to right, okay? A little bit of help.
You know, Pat, you weren't lying. It's definitely entertaining to get that inside, watching those guys do what they do. Ian Poulter being just such a great guy on and off the course. I'm really rooting for him this week to see what he does to escape that relegation zone. Let's talk about it right here on the show. Just in a moment, we'll discuss Ian and the others. Are fighting for the crown, others are fighting for their LIV careers. Pat, you had an opportunity to follow some of the guys facing the drop zone this week. We just discussed a little bit about Ian Poulter. We also know Mito Pereira is in that zone. Andy Ogletree also being someone in that tight spot. The Majestics definitely looking to make something happen this week as 2 of their players are currently in the drop zone. Pat, you had a chance to follow these guys around. Let's take a look at where they currently stand in the drop zone. Andy Ogletree, Mito Pereira, Ian Poulter, all in places that maybe they wouldn't expect to be at this point in the season, Pat.
No, definitely not Ian. What you saw between him and Clark is that's how Ian works all the time. Ian is professional as you get, takes it as serious as anything you can ever do, puts that kind of work in all the time. Like I've said in the past, he just hasn't gotten the results of the work that he's put in. You know, today was actually, he didn't have that disaster hole. He's gotten running before, and he's had he's had a disaster, and it's kind of brought him back, and it's hard to chase up. But, you know, he shot 300 a day. It's a good start. He knows he's got to, probably make, 50 more birdies. He's got to climb up that board. You know, he looks as focused as ever. If he can get that Ryder Cup mentality that he has, he's unbeatable. Yeah. Ryder Cup. He is just a monster when it comes to making putts, hitting the shots that need to happen in the Ryder Cup. If he can have that mentality the next 2 days, he's going to be in that open zone.
Yeah, I mean, I will have to say, Poulter is definitely one of the most hardworking human beings I have seen. I know when he's home, he doesn't take days off, really, not really. He works so hard, he believes in himself, and it is so impressive. In that position that they're in, Pat, is so difficult, it is so stressful, like you said, but there's something about a guy like Poulter, and even like an Andy Ogletree, when they have their backs up against the wall, they perform.
They do, and I would give the nod to Poulter because, and even Lee Westwood, because of their Ryder Cup experience. Yeah. They've been a professional for 28 years now. They've been in these positions. They've gotten themselves out. They've put the work in. They've got it done. I mean, Ian Poulter's a guy that put his back against the wall, and he loves that moment. Yeah. He's like a Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed loves that moment too. These guys are proven. They played these Ryder Cups. They've been massive, massive names for their teams and their countries. I see Ian being able to come out of this just because of his mentality alone, the self-belief that he has. Yeah. He has that vision in himself to be able to get out of this. He's not going to stop until he does it.
You mentioned pressure. Speaking of, we got to talk about Mito. How about Mito Pereira from Torque AGC? He's got a team that he's super close with that's performing extremely well. Almost the entire team is. Meanwhile, he's facing relegation, and he's got to perform this week. That's a lot of pressure. Pat, you're the perfect person to talk to about this. You've been in a situation before where you were facing relegation, right? Yeah, it's not easy mentally, but would you say a situation like this sometimes brings the best out of a player?
It can. He didn't hit that many. You know, for the time I had him, he hit one bad drive on 5, hit in the water, hit a couple close, but that putter has just killed him. The putter, he didn't make enough putts in the length that he should have made today, and it just hindered him all year. Really, it has. I mean, everyone, again, we talk about all the time, we want him to play well, everyone wants him to play on his team, but he has to go out and do it. There's just no other way around it. So he needs that putter to get hot the next 2 days, and that is it.
Well, I mean, I know he started working with Jose, who is on the bag with Sebastian, and when I was picking his brain about it, he goes, well, his ball striking was just not good at the start of the season, and he's been struggling. And I think that confidence bled into the rest of his game, specifically with his putter. Now with Mito, it's such an interesting thing because you never want to be the 4th guy on your team, especially when majority of your team's playing so good. I mean, look at Carlos, Sebastian, obviously Waco's season has been phenomenal, and you don't want to be the guy that's like letting your team down. So that's just
that was always me. I was always the 4th guy that had the most pressure of anybody, and all of a sudden you get the team championship, and they need you all the way around. They need you for the alternate shot, and they need you in a course that I'd never broken par, which was Doral. And you know, we did in the first year, but nonetheless, you know, they know the Mito's trying, they know he's wanting, but again, when you're not hitting it well, it puts so much pressure on that putter. And then you start missing those. And then you start hitting it better, and you're still missing those.
And it's a vicious cycle.
It's just a vicious cycle of, you know, well, I'm not making putts for birdie or par. So now it's
mental
like,
gymnastics.
It's gonna be. I mean, like I said, for the 46 to 50 guy, they got a lot of stress. It'll be 2 more sleepless nights, and you know, hopefully, you know, we'll see what happens.
Well, let's hear what Mito has to say about his own situation. Here's a presser from earlier this week.
Produced a really strong finish last week in Chicago, tied 13th. Still plenty of golf left to play. What's your mindset as you fight to secure your place on LIV Golf for next year?
I think it's the same I've been trying to do this whole year. The only couple things that I can control is how much I try, like to give my best and just keep doing what I've been doing these past 2 years. I mean, like you said, it's still 3 days of golf. I can only control how much effort I can put in, my attitude, and that's about it. All the other either comes or not, but either way, I just I'm trying to focus on trying to do my best.
Words there from Mito Pereira, wishing him the best of luck this week. One guy we didn't discuss, Andy Ogletree. Let's take a look at this score worm, how these guys performed. From your words, Pat, it sounds like these guys are performing all great today. You know, would you say when you're in a group that's performing well, it kind of forces you to elevate your game as well? And did you see that from the guys today?
Yeah, they kind of showed up. I mean, they kind of showed up, you know. Again, the course is kind of easy. It's not, you know, it's not really an excuse, but yeah, I think they all kind of needed that. They all need to see some birdies and some, you know, wedge shots and make some putts. And, you know, they see those scores, you know, just lighten up and like, well, I got to do that. So it puts them in a different mindset as a really hard course where par's a good score. You know, it's a different mindset where they're not really just kind of navigating around. They got their foot down and they're trying to make birdies. That's the mentality it's got to be for those guys.
I do have a question though. Do you think it helped or hurt for them to play together? And they all watched each other play and perform?
I think it's great. I think it's great. They're going to pair them again, probably similar tomorrow, and you know, it is what it is. It's. I think I'd want to play with my guy. I think that's what's great about Waco and Ron. In fact, I would have them all the way through. I'd have Waco and Ron play no matter where they were. I'd have them in the last group playing together so they could see what that other guy's doing and have it be match play.
You know who you're with tomorrow yet, Pat?
No, I don't know.
I don't either.
Who do you want to go with?
I kind of want to go with the guys that are facing relegation again.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for now, stay with us. We have some final thoughts as we head into round 2 on the Club 54 post-round show. Stay with us. Three rounds remain for players to earn enough points to have the chance to stay in the LIV Golf League next year. Those on the relegation bubble know the stakes.
Andy Ogletree and other guys in his category are playing for their survival within LIV Golf League. That is a whole different kind of pressure right there.
Brendan and Andy certainly have struggled this year and, you know, haven't had their best stuff, and obviously they're further down the standings.
Brendan's still a man in need of points.
It can weigh on your mind for sure.
Individually, it's definitely stressful. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I don't think about that.
We know he's capable. I mean, he knows how to win. He knows how to be a pro. And yeah, look, we're pulling for him.
Ewan's in a tough situation right now. He's 53rd going into the last event.
Playing for his career over the next week.
He's got to sack it up and go out there and get it done.
Freddie Ketchum needs to go very low. He's in deep relegation trouble.
That's probably the hardest part about golf. It's a game played between your ears.
Now he's with his back against the wall, just looking forward and trying to shoot the 3 lowest scores. Otherwise, he's out of the league.
Mito Pereira, he needs something special in Indianapolis.
The situation with Mito, he has to get out of that relegation zone, but I feel like he's handling really well. The way he's playing, I know he can win.
Our 3 co-captains that are, icons of the sport, have been for decades, are all in and around those relegation spots.
There's a lot of improvements that can be made and hopefully will be made here this week.
Some of the best to ever do it, fighting for their LIV careers this week in the drop zone. It should be an exciting week to see who pulls out of relegation. Stay with us here on the Club 54 post-round show. We have some final thoughts from Pat. All right, there's no time like the present to sign up for the league's loyalty program, LIVX. You can keep up with the news and information about the league's 13 teams and your favorite players, of course. There's also fun, interactive games to keep you guys all entertained. It's all through the LIVX Hub on the LIV Golf app. Make sure you guys sign up today if you haven't already. Today was an absolute Eagles fest. We had 17 to the exact. Let's take a look at all the action from round 1. Here we go. Starting with Abe Answer here.
Yeah, this is the 7th hole.
This was like a par 3 today.
I know. But still, have to roll the putt in, though.
Honestly.
He's one of the best out here.
Matty Wolf makes it. Here, this was a very gettable pin. Plays it perfect.
My goodness. Here's Jason Kokrak.
Yeah, this is his 2nd shot.
Big long
at 13.
Wow.
That is an impressive shot. That guy launches it up in the air,
Yeah, he
doesn't
does. Hits it a mile, too. Another guy hits it a mile with a lot of curve. When he gets his putter going, watch out.
And then Ian Poulter, this one, on the 7th, needed this right in the middle.
And Mark, this is a good shot to get there into. This thing got firm in the afternoon.
Another eagle coming out of the 7th hole today. This is Mark Leishman, the Australian from River GC. Probably it looked like a sandwich to me.
Lord. Oh, he must make it. He's laid up. Oh, Leash. What a surprise. Isn't there like 10 of those this year?
A few.
Here's our last one, Bubba Watson on 13.
Probably huffing it in there. I'd have to imagine that right pin. He did. Wow. We've been on a slew of birdies the last couple of weeks.
Whole lot of action from round 1. Round 2 is going to be even more exciting if I had to bet. Before we get out here, final thoughts from both of you. Pat, maybe you have some words about Dustin Johnson in good form, having a solid day today.
I hope I don't get his grip tomorrow. I mean, I have not been good luck for that man. Yeah, it was nice to see DJ play. I mean, Harold shot 4 over. I picked him to win. But the aces, the aces are still there, which is awesome.
I think we can look forward to Torquay maybe coming through on the team stuff. There's Joaquin Rum. Obviously, that's the story. We got the relegation. That's the second story. DJ looking for his first win this season. He hasn't had a season without a win since 2008, other than 2014 when he was injured. So I'm sure he's very motivated to get that win. But it is going to be an exciting day, and I think it's going to be a birdie fest again tomorrow.
I'm excited to do the post show again with my best friend forever.
I won't be here.
You will be without my services, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, look, had to say it. We want to thank all of our fans for joining in and checking out the Club 54 post-round show. That concludes round 1, but don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Tomorrow, we're right back at it in the pre-round show, followed by the main coverage on FS1. Be sure to tune in. Following that, we'll be back to the post show with us. I only got one more word to say for this post show. Y'all got me right? One on 3. 1, 2, 3. Peace.